I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, cause it's time for the After the Show podcast.
We are not live right now. Psych your mind, just kidding.
We're going to go ahead and really mess with everybody and play best of podcast bits.
Oh my gosh, that would not be good.
That would not be good.
No.
It would be bad.
Yeah, a little wonky week this week.
We're kidding.
Kevin's out of town, and I got my possible surgery on Monday.
More blood work, though. That sucks.
Yes, I have not been cleared for my surgery. Now, I know there's a lot of theories of why it's not. That's why I'm getting updates from doctors who aren't doctors, saying this is why.
Chat room doctors have an opinion for you.
I've got a lot of opinions, but yeah, there's a few anomalies that has shown up in my blood, and I have to go immediately after the podcast to get an ultrasound done to my stomach and check out my blood work on some things, and that's pretty much all I know, and that's really all I'm really kind of comfortable talking about at this point.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because I don't want to give out false information, but yeah, I have not been cleared for my surgery on Monday, and I'm just being very transparent with our people.
So there's no truth to the rumor that you threw out the other hip having crazy fun relations with your new secret girlfriend?
Those are your words, not mine. But yeah, so when you do testing and you're going to the ER and you're doing blood work, I'm hoping everything is good. And
Usually it is.
Yeah,
Look, what they say, don't go online, don't go to WebMD and read anything about anomalies in your blood work, because it'll tell you 10 different things that are wrong, and then you'll go have an ultrasound, and then it'll be like, oh, okay, it's just this.
Yeah.
Oh, WebMD is so scary.
Well, just the last 3 days I've had to be at the doctor's, so it's not the most fun places to be at. Everyone's been cool. It's nothing like that. It's not a fun place
Right.
to go.
No one wants to get poked and prodded.
No. And the first girl that did my arm with that drew blood, I didn't even know she did it. I go, did you already do it? She's like, oh, it's done. This arm, I can't even barely lift it today.
Oh.
It feels like my entire arm has been, I don't know, punched by a wrestler of sorts.
It sucks. I am a person with tiny veins, big mouth, tiny veins. I'm a hard stick. So I've been in there before, and they brought in like one girl after another trying to stick me. Then they got to bring in the old lady from the back who's been there 30 years. And finally, she is the one that can stick me. Because they're small, and they're low, and they're like infant veins.
I have bitch-ass veins. Every single time it's an issue. They never get it on the first one.
Never.
That's why I hate giving blood.
Never.
You're going to get pricked 3 times.
That's why I'm all bruised on my hand. They had to go in through my hand.
I hate the hand.
To give me my IV bag, but the IV bag was amazing. Don't get me wrong. I got that IV when I thought I was getting the flu. Oh, it was so good. But man, I'm damaged.
And if you don't drink enough water before...
Yep.
The blood doesn't come out. But then there was one test I had to do where she goes, have you ate anything? I go, no, I just had some water. You drank water? I'm like,
You can't drink water before this
I was
test.
like, what? I didn't know. This is the first time I've ever been yelled at for drinking water.
You're the only person.
The only time I'm proactive of drinking water. Yelled at. But it all worked out.
You are on the spin cycle.
I got, it's life is happening. When life happens, one ball gets taken off the plate.
Now you have to have a ball removed?
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
That would be a shame to go in for blood and you leave with like one less testicle.
There's stories like that where people there's
Oh.
the horror stories people used to tell me before I gave away the kidney was, Bird, sometimes the doctor takes out the wrong kidney. I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. It's like, thanks for the pep talk.
You don't want to hear that, but yeah, medical mistakes are real.
Medical mistakes are real.
Medical mistakes.
When the
last thing
mistakes are high.
The last thing I'll say is I was at the one doctor yesterday, and They go, you better go right now. So when they say that, it makes it a little bit nervous.
Stat?
And she wrote down the word stat.
Oh.
And so when I went to the hospital, I gave them my paperwork, and she's reading. She goes, oh, stat.
Just put it in there.
Clear.
So
They
I'm in-
pulled up the paddles.
So I'm in there for an hour, and then, and the lady was so super nice, awesome spirit. She goes, when's the last time you ate? I go, I had a smoothie like 3 hours ago. She goes, oh, I hate to tell you this. It has to be 6 hours before you can come back tomorrow.
She's like,
So,
GTFO.
yeah, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
There's the door. Don't let it hit you where the Lord split you.
Yeah, so I got to go to the ER, get some. I believe it's called an ultrasound, where they look in what's going on.
Do they rub that weird jelly on you and then
I'm
they put
hoping.
that camera?
I'm hoping they put the jelly on.
I dare you to eat it. Just weird them out. Get a big scoop of it off your belly and eat it.
I'm in a real weird place mentally, dog. I may start doing bits outside of the show just for myself. Nobody witnessing it.
Eat that jelly.
Can they warm it up? I hear it's very cold.
It is
Yeah, and
warm.
they will warm it
They
up.
warm it up. It sits in a little warmer.
Yep.
I just had to have my mammogram and my ultrasound on both titties, so I've been there. But they keep it in a little warming container.
So the titties get ultrasounds too. That's what they use for that.
Yeah, if you're like me and you have breast cancer in your family, you get a mammogram and then you get an ultrasound as well, just to make sure you don't got no titty cancer brewing.
I think they did an ultrasound on my nuts once.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have the film? I'd like to see that.
And did they buy you at least an appetizer first?
No, but it was a horrible experience. But I went in there because I was having like.
Was it a female technician?
It was.
Oh,
It's when I was living in Orlando. But
terrible.
I was having a pain, and I go, this has to be like testicle related. It wasn't. It was. I guess I pulled a muscle in my groin or something, and I got confused in the zone that it was hurting.
It can happen.
And
I'm
I
glad that
don't
you
wanna-
went, though, just in case it would have been ball cancer.
Well, I go, why even take risks on this? So I went in there, but yeah, they had to put that jelly on there, and then they had they were rubbing it all around there, and you could see my nuts on the screen, just like getting bigger and smaller. It was terrible. But yeah, if you ask them to warm it up, they'll warm it up because they did that for me.
Oh, anything like ball or private part related. The first, what's it called when they do the X-ray? The first X-ray they took of my hip. The doctor and the nurse practitioner is talking to me about all what's going on, but I can see my hip picture, and it's got an outline of my dick and testicles.
I had the same thing happen to
And
me.
they're talking about, please don't look back, please don't look back. And he's like pointing to my hip. It's like right by my dick. It was so uncomfortable.
I had the same thing. They had, I don't know what they call it, but they have people who are training to be doctors, and they brought in 2 trainees, and they're like, yeah, if you
Baby
look right,
doctors. I call them baby doctors.
Baby doctors.
Baby
You-
doctor.
you see my dick was like pointed to the side and stuff. I was like, what the hell is this?
The baby doctors were laughing at your dick.
Oh, I had the worst kind of pants. It bunched everything up. You could just see everything mushed up.
It was like
And-
mashed together.
And I believe one of the people were at KVJ Nation or something. This is so
Oh,
humiliating.
no.
The baby doctor's like, look, it's a baby dick.
It wasn't awesome.
X-rays are messed up because it's always somewhere near your groin that they take a picture of.
And why is it when you get your, the whole cough test, all right, let me drop them, let me check your balls out. Why does it feel like doctors take their hands and put them in a snowman?
You're right. It's always cold. You
So
feel their ring. You're like, what are you doing? Yeah, I don't like that test. I feel like by 2025 there should be a new way of testing that, right?
Hey, that's a bold statement. What are you talking about, the nut test?
I'm saying there has to be a better way of doing that now, right? No?
Oh, Virginia, what are your thoughts on this?
I don't know. I'd take a nut test any day over a pap smear.
I don't want to ask. I don't want to ask. First of all, that's one of the hardest words to listen to.
Pap schmear.
Because I always say schmear, and I thought I was saying it right.
Smear is on a bagel.
You got locks over
If you're
here.
eating what comes off the thing at the pap schmear, you're doing it wrong.
That's what kind of grosses me out thinking about when I call it pap schmear. I'm like, I'll just picture it, I don't know, OBGYN tools and trinkets going on a bagel.
Yeah, and
On a
everything
bagel.
bagel.
Can I have some capers?
Oh, gosh, that even makes it grosser.
Caper and locks. Ugh.
Lock.
I'm not a caper guy.
We know.
So the smear or the smear, they don't smear anything, right? I think they do they snip something?
They do.
That's what I thought.
They get up there and they get a piece of tissue, I think.
Oh gosh,
Why
I
you
knew
ask-
it was.
Why are you asking these questions?
I was kind of curious, but gosh, I regret it. I was just a little curious. I thought they did. That's what I heard, and I go, that has to be horrible, right?
It's not a party because what they have to do is they have to stick this thing in there to like open it up.
All right, we can move
So-
on.
we got to move on.
I'm filling on the audience.
I
now.
have to actually go into the ER today. Like we gotta. I just want to give the people an update. what's going on. Let them
You
know.
couldn't take what I go through every year.
Look, let's not turn this into a gender war. I agree with you. Speaking of, I am a pussy. I get it.
I would be the
Let me
worst.
bend you over and give you a pap smear and see how fun it is.
They bend you over.
No, they stir up your ass, right? Gary, right? They stir up
Yes,
your ass.
they put you in stirrups.
I'm sure there's a better way of phrasing that.
I
that
thought he said they stir up your ass.
they turn you upside down just like it's a giant pot of
Like
something.
an ass gumbo.
Thank you, Dr. Denny's. I appreciate that. So we're gonna read some emails, but unfortunately, I know people they want a long podcast. I do gotta bounce out somewhat early to see what the heck's going on.
To make sure you're not dying.
That would be cool.
Some of the emails were kind of Kevin centric as well, so it's like we're kind of just free forming.
We're freeforming. We're talking about whatever comes to our head. Denny's, go.
All right, insurance. So if you buy east of I-95 in one of the high-risk zones,
If you did have to give an insurance speech,
I could BS at least 2 minutes.
Okay.
From just things I've retained from, dude, insurance it's weird because you get paid pretty well if you sell insurance, but at the cost of just having one of the lamest jobs ever. It really is. You got to shave every day. At
Does
least
your
the place I
dad
do.
know you feel this way about his career choice?
He does. He always makes fun of it because he knows that ever since I was young, there was no way I was going to be in some sort of professional field. You know? I think he made that realization around 12 for me. He goes, this guy's going to be just kind of a
This
party
kid's
dude.
not going to sell insurance.
No. He tried to get me in the game because he goes, it really is a stable career. You know, a lot of people go into real estate, insurance, and stuff because it is stable. And I am not going to talk too much insurance because I know the chat room will revolve.
I just wanted to get you.
But you take one test, one government test, and it's really not a bad career. It's just kind of boring, and they pay you a lot to sit around and really do nothing, which I feel like that's got to be a humongous waste of money for that company.
I don't feel like I would do well. I got to be moving. I mean, if I'm sitting in an office just waiting to take policies and the phone to ring,
Or
like
you got a cold call, which is even
cold
shittier.
call, that's way shittier.
I think you would do well at real estate, Virginia. I think you could.
Really?
Yeah, I think. All right, fuck it. No.
She
I think it's like so boring.
Yeah, never mind.
Real estate looks like boring to me.
Here's a fucking foyer. Here's a
Here's a fucking
staircase.
foyer.
That's how you would view real estate.
I'd be the shittiest. I couldn't sell a house to anyone.
Oh, I would get in so much trouble because I would like probably try to throw a party at one of my listings because I know nobody's there.
Yeah.
What up? Let's party.
Oh, you know that shit happens.
Oh, you know that shit
constantly.
happens.
You know real estate people go into other people's houses and bang people, and
Totally.
you'll never even know it.
They bang on every counter.
We had that caller. She caught her man cheating because of that. He was hooking up with
That's
somebody at one of the
right.
vacant properties.
Naughty little
But
monkey.
If you're the woman that's going to the vacant place, don't you kind of know something weird and shady's up?
Unless they're there for it.
Maybe she likes it.
Oh my gosh, you guys are throwing a lot at me. You're right. A lot to process. Maybe she likes it, and maybe she's there for it.
I mean, if two people that work together at the real estate office want to start banging,
You're right.
this is the perfect place to go. Oh, I have a listing. It's very quiet. It's very secluded. There's a walk-in closet with carpet. We can just go in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of carpet.
Do they match? But you know, he probably sells it like, oh, I got to go do a listing. You want to run with me? It'll be real quick. We'll be in and out, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
So.
No, you're right. I see the way now.
And then you throw the game at them, I guess, while they're there, right?
I guess I was thinking he was bringing a side piece over to a real estate area, and she doesn't work in real estate.
No, you got to bring a hired gun.
A hired gun.
You got to bring a girl that's on the team.
Yeah.
You don't try to impress a new piece of meat with this empty house that
Yeah.
she knows isn't
I
yours.
was gonna say something would be shady if that was.
I would agree. It would catch your attention.
Some of these empty houses, though, they do something called staging them. And they
Yes.
actually put like furniture and stuff in it. So you actually could trick a new girl or guy into thinking this was your crib.
I always see this in movies where they'll show a couple they'll walk into the house and it's furnished already, and they go, you know what? I want to buy the whole thing, the couch, the dog, this, that. I wonder how often that happens to where someone gets talked into selling everything in their house because they like it, or is that just the movies?
It happens a lot, I think. At least on those real estate shows I watch, like $1 Million Listing.
One of the houses my parents bought was pre-furnished.
Wow.
It was one they were staying in temporary before they moved out to Colorado. And they thought it was so weird because they had to move all their personal stuff into storage, and then they're just sitting and sleeping on other people's stuff. They were like, this is the weirdest thing ever.
Oh, yeah. I'm not a big fan of sitting on couches. I don't know in that kind of situation.
Or sleeping in a bed you don't really know. I mean, for one night it's different, but to live on it for a year, I feel like that's weird.
Just because you know what humans do. You know how gross they are, or how sinister they can be.
Totally. Or how many farts have passed through that?
That's on the low end.
You're right.
You're hoping for farts.
That's best case scenario.
Yeah, you don't want B or S, blood or semen.
We're so leaky.
It's very
Nothing humans make taste good or is good. It's just gross stuff, you know?
We're a pretty gross species.
We just leak all this weird, gross stuff.
Yes. So when does Kevin come back? Do we know, or is that still kind of up in the air?
He's out all week. He doesn't come back till Monday.
Well,
wow.
That storm is going
To the
keep him.
show. You won't see Kevin till Monday.
Yeah. Oh, we should let people know right now if they are going to that event on Saturday.
The Brewers Ball in Vero, unfortunately, and unrelated to us, has been canceled. So just to let everybody know. But if you're in the area, drive a little bit south, go to Tradition, and check us out. We're going to be hanging out pretty much the entire time at the Taste of Little Italy.
Meatball eating contest.
Meatball eating competition is at 1 o'clock. That should be fun. And then we're just going to be walking around, drinking, hanging out, eating.
Yeah, and I honestly don't have a legit answer of why we're not going to be out there. Just, again, there's some things we don't find out, and, we're just kind of trying to give the people some kind of message.
They canceled the Brewers Ball for whatever reason. We don't know what the reason is, but they canceled it. So it's not happening, and therefore, there's no reason for us to go out there.
So now we focus on Meatball Mania.
Meatball.
We got some entries. People are excited about that. The one guy's like, oh, I'm going to eat so many meatballs. They were talking to Meatball Voice.
That is, that's going to be one that sits with you.
I feel like if I ate 10 meatballs and then had to do anything athletic, I would crap myself.
I feel like, I would do much better at meatball eating than pizza eating. We did the pizza competition in November at the Feast of Little Italy, and each contestant had to finish the whole entire pizza. I would never be able to do that in one setting. There's just no way.
Pizza is tough, and the Kevin Ralston beat my ass in a pizza eating contest. And I love pizza, but I got a bitch ass stomach. He's able to really put it down. So I would suggest not eating too much in the morning and going full gorilla and coming there famished.
I love it.
Yeah, that'd be the way to do it.
I think, right? Unless you're a professional eater, then I think there's a whole...
Don't starve yourself, though, because then your stomach shrinks up.
That's what you have to eat big for 2 days prior. And then don't eat that morning. That way your stomach's still stretched out.
Look at it. When this meatball fails, this meatball picks me up. I love it. So that's how you would do it. So eat big 2 days before.
Yes.
If you were really training, you'd probably be stretching your stomach out the week of.
Is that what Joey Chestnut probably does?
I think they do. I've heard the Sonia the widow talk about it, how she eats big beforehand.
That's such a dope name.
It's so awesome.
Yeah, the Black Widow.
She don't fuck around.
That's
she
a good
don't fuck
name.
around.
Yeah,
Is she the one that gets all the records for those eating things where she eats insane amounts of random stuff?
She has a lot of records, but I think there's someone new on the scene as well that's really good.
There's always a young buck.
Tell you what, though, it took a while to knock off Joey Chestnut. Because Kobayashi was the man.
It was Kobayashi
yeah.
forever, and then Joey Chestnut just cleaned his clock.
Some people just come in and they just dominate.
Joey's still dominating.
Yeah.
He's been doing it hard for many years.
I mean, gosh, his butthole's got to be rough, though. Just
That's
nothing
the thing.
but... Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're a wrestler, your knees go. If you're a competitive eater, your ass.
You should ask him, dude, how's your O-ring? Have you blown that shit out?
It has definitely been blown out.
If we ever got an interview with Joey Chestnut, first question, so seriously, what's your butthole look like?
It's got to be just pulverized.
Prove it.
I'm sure dipshit DJ or radio person has asked him that question before.
If they haven't, we're just the dipshits for the job.
Just our game.
You're like, may I ask you a question?
He wasn't at the one that we did, right? The one that you did at 2J's?
I don't know. I think he was there.
He was.
We had one or two really big names there, and it was 9 or 10 competitive eaters, and I think it was 9, and they let the local radio personality be that 10th spot, so we would talk about it and promote it. I got that 10th spot.
And then you ended up beating
A couple guys.
a couple of the guys that were really on the circuit.
But I realized the circuit kind of sucks. It's not that good.
Don't say that.
Well, if I'm beating you,
You're like, bro, I didn't even train.
I ate 2.5 sandwiches.
You're hard, bro.
But if I'm beating a competitive eater, you suck.
Well, I came with you that one. It was a wing eating contest, right?
Was I in it?
I don't think you were in it. You were hosting it, and you entered me in it.
That's right.
You entered Denny's in a wing eating competition?
That's before you worked with
That
us.
was just before I was working with you guys.
And
I was just
where
there for the love
was
of the
it?
game.
It was at the Palm Beach Ale House.
Yes,
Remember back in
it
the
was.
day?
Okay.
And we had a good 7 or 8 people in there, and it was intense, and it was crowded, and it was Denny's was sweating so bad.
Well, so I hear that I'm in this contest. I'm like, what?
What?
So I went outside and I smoked an entire joint. And then I felt like I didn't do that bad.
You
in that.
didn't.
I feel like I got in like the groupings.
You had monster munchies?
I had the most insane munchies. It worked out.
You really did not. You were not the worst there.
I wasn't. I think I even beat some of the people, like you said, that were on the circuit, and I didn't even know I was in the contest until 10 minutes before.
How terrible this! Like Denny's, someone dropped out. We kind of need you. Now.
Yeah, you can't hang out with us because if you do, you'll be doing some stupid shit you didn't
involved in-
sign up for.
I'm like I would eat in it, but I'm seeing it. It's tough to
right.
talk and
you
eat.
can't. You can't.
That's what you said.
So you had to put your boy in it.
Yeah, you helped me out, big deal. My meatball once again.
And hey, you got some free chicken wings out of
It
it.
was actually pretty awesome.
At least 2 or 3 of the competitors that were in the pizza eating competition that we did at the Feast of Little Italy in November, at least a couple of those guys were like, yeah, I'm not really going to eat that fast. I'm just up here for the free pizza. It's like, all right, I respect it. You got a whole free of Beats pizza.
Well,
Who
if
can hate on that?
If you're in that thing and you're looking down the line and you see 2 or 3 people just crushing it,
Which they were.
Yeah.
It was end capped. The one guy all the way on the right and the other guy all the way on the left. These 2 came for battle. And it was intense.
Oh, and I thought the one guy won, and then I'm raising, we got a winner right here.
That was embarrassing.
Oh, dude, no shit. That was embarrassing. Yeah, I'm still talking about it. I still struggle with that mentally. I felt so terrible. Still feel bad about it. He won! He won! No, he did not! He just won! I'm like, oh, shit.
This is what happens when you host and drink heavily.
Oh, my goodness. We've had some fun moments on stages, though.
And we were trying to balance it too because, like, there was another guy up there hosting it with us, and he's a nice guy, but it just added to the confusion. We didn't need another guy up there hosting it with us, and it was too much.
Too many chefs in the kitchen.
Too many chefs in the kitchen.
Well, I'd start saying something, and then 4 words in, that guy would start talking. I couldn't hear him. He couldn't hear me. Ralston's at one point was like, what?
Ralston at one time he got so like in the guy's face like, you're gonna win this thing. Because he just wanted some mic time. He wanted any mic time so bad, and he was so annoyed that we weren't getting any. So he just went full gorilla, like 10 on the chart.
Well, I talked to some KVJ Nationers after, and they were really cool and kind about it. But they go, we did notice some awkward moments with the microphone, and you guys are talking, and it's tough, man.
You can't have that many people running the show.
It's true.
You got to have one guy running the show and then some side players.
Well, I didn't even know that dude was going to be on there.
I did. I was like, this is not going to work. I said it beforehand. I'm like, y'all, we do not need this guy.
Well, you got me. I'm the pizza guy. So I'm like, oh, Jack, don't we gonna get some pizza? And then he's talking over me. I'm talking over him. I can't even think about it.
Kevin didn't get 2 seconds on the mic.
I can't even think about it.
It was so awkward. I swear, next year will be better.
And the meatball will be better.
Yes, the meatball. We have that figured out.
All right.
We work alone.
But I think as a radio show, we lead the industry in uncomfortable stage moments.
Show me another show where the 2 co-hosts fist fight each other. I'll wait.
Well,
I haven't seen
on
many.
stage.
There's the one
That
line.
falls off stage and then continues in front of the crowd.
The fight guy goes off the stage and then continues in front, and these two are duking it.
Well, I
Yes.
didn't mean to fall over you. So then the whole time I'm thinking, oh my gosh, you just fell on top of a woman in a public forum. These people are gonna think you're a monster. So you get up and you just start punching me. I'm like,
twice.
hit me harder. I gotta take this shit. Hit me harder. Draw blood, please. we slinked
And then
out
we
of that
continued
event.
with a pie eating contest.
Yeah, that was a live event.
Yeah. I tripped over Virginia trying to pie her, and then we fell on top of each other. And then Kevin,
I don't think anyone in the crowd knew what was happening.
No, everybody was just kind of standing there with their mouths open, like, what
it wasn't,
is this?
It wasn't our audience.
No,
It wasn't.
It was a poorly attended clematis by night.
It was.
It was bad weather, so it was sparsely attended.
That's right.
Yeah.
In hindsight, it's pretty hilarious.
In hindsight, it is the best story.
Oh,
is.
anytime you can get out of the pain and time passes, you're able to tell these stories.
Time heals all
And the
wounds.
reason that you tripped going to pie me was you had these big fucking shoes you had bought as a part of your dumb costume
That's right, you were in
outfit.
costume.
So it wasn't even your fault that you tripped and fell into me. Your shoes were like 4 times too big for your foot.
Well, because they were specialty pizza shoes, and I got them offline, and they were supposed to be size 11, which is what I wear. They were 13 and a half. They were this weird shaped boat of a
They
shoe.
were very boaty.
Yeah, I
They were
couldn't even-
so big on the toe part.
I actually don't even wear them no more because I think I'll break my hip.
Well, look at what they put you in. They don't deserve to see the light of day.
So GWB in the chat room is asking, is this the live where Vlad got abducted? And no, this isn't. That was a completely
No.
different show.
That was a live show at the Boca Black Box.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you go to any of our live shows, something weird will happen.
Live
yeah.
shows we get wild.
You can't consume this much alcohol and have the train stay on the tracks. It just doesn't happen.
And you're doing a live show in front of people. It is different than doing it with your buddies in the room.
Absolutely.
It's
Right.
very different, especially if you're on a stage where it's intimate and closer. I'm less nervous if it's a bigger crowd. The smaller crowds, you feel like everyone's watching every little blink, every breath.
Because they are.
Oh, is that a booger, Denny's? Like, you're so close.
Well, I thought that was weird that these private sessions have gotten big with musicians where they have a group circle around them and watch them. You go, as a musician, you go, I have to be so nervous, right? And a big crowd, you can't really see the audience. It all just blurs together.
Oh.
But when you can see everyone's face and feel them breathing on your leg.
When you
that
can
has to be-
feel their disappointment
Yes.
when you hit a wrong note.
Dave Chappelle talks about that. He'll talk about how he'll be crushing on stage and everyone's laughing. You'll see one person not laughing. He's like,
Aw.
what's that guy not laughing for?
Wait, he doesn't think I'm funny? That'll get in your head, too.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you'll start saying things, you try to be even more funny.
Oh, there's times where you'll do a live podcast. You think you say some funny shit and it's crickets. You're like, damn. Can we edit that out then?
Oh,
We
that's
can't.
the worst.
Oh, it's the worst.
And it's live.
Oh, it's so terrible.
Like, all right, moving on.
Kevin, back to you.
When you start to go into something and you know, oh shit, I'm halfway through this and this is not going to be good. That's a tough place
Hey,
to
honey,
be.
start the car. Let's get that thing ready.
You know it's bad if either one of me or Jbird goes into a Muppet voice.
Oh yeah.
That's, if you hear the Muppet voice, you know we are stanking it up.
Oh yeah. But we have fun.
We do.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of
can say
fun.
that.
And we will have fun on Saturday at the Taste of Little Italy. If anybody wants to come, look, if you were supposed to go to the Brewers Ball, and we gave you tickets to that, come find us at the Taste of Little Italy. Let us buy you a drink at the Taste of Little Italy. It's the least we can do because we feel bad. They had to cancel that event at the Brewers Ball, but I know you were going to have so much fun drinking so much.
You would have heard this, Muppet voice.
We're going to buy you a drink and then do the Muppet voice. And you'll have to take it.
Yeah, coming out tradition. And meatballs at 1 p.m. So if you want to see that meatball eating contest, that'll be at 1 p.m.
That
So-
should be fun.
I got a pizza jacket for you, Denny's.
Oh, thank you.
Are you gonna wear your pizza dress or?
I just wore it to the grand opening of a Beats.
I gotta get you a new pizza
I
dress.
think you need to buy me a new pizza dress.
All right, I'm on it right now.
Find a pizza romper.
What? I know this is insulting, but what size are you? Oh, off the air, we can.
Either a small or a medium.
Of women's
Yeah, go medium. You know,
medium.
I like to be able to eat.
Yeah, that's it.
I like a Eton dress.
For the feast, I wear one of my bigger shirts.
Thank you.
I hate wearing tight shirts. and
There's going to be so much good Italian food, so definitely don't wear anything tight. Yeah, medium.
Pizza dress. Let's see if I can get this shit here today, which I might be able to. Oh, I love that dress.
Every dress you've ever bought me is kind of amazing. You bought me a lemon dress, which I love, and you bought me a pizza dress, which I wore just the other night to the Beats grand opening. I love that one too.
What can I say? I'm a fucking sweetheart.
For the feast, the price of entry is free, right?
It is free, baby.
So check it out. And that's in Port St. Lucie tradition is
Yep.
for the people asking.
Right there at Town Center Square.
It's awesome.
It's a beautiful little area. They put a live stage there with all kind of music, free admission all weekend long. So if you live in the area, especially, I mean, it's worth a drive, but especially if you live in Port St. Lucie, you've got to come. It's going to be so much fun.
Would you wear this? It's almost Louisiana colors. Look at that.
Oh,
wow.
yes. I would
That-
totally wear that.
All right, let's see what we got
What
here.
a nice
It can be
dress.
here by Friday.
I love it.
All right.
Do you treat your secret girlfriend this nice? Because I kind of feel like a special woman right now.
You said medium?
Medium. Yeah, I want to be able to eat.
Yeah.
All
don't
right,
want that thing
February.
tight.
And worst case scenario, we'd probably get there on Saturday, right when we leave to go up there.
It'll be delivered to
It'll
my
be-
house on Sunday after the taste.
It'll be ready for the feast.
Let me make sure I'm doing this right, because I just want to make sure I'm sending you the right address. All right, we're good. We're good.
Ooh, so that'll be fun. I'll have a new outfit for Saturday, Denny.
I like it. And more or less, we're going to be out there pretty much the whole time. Or Virginia will definitely be out there all day.
Yeah, I'm there Friday, Saturday, Sunday because I'm doing all the stage announcements. But you guys will be there with me on Saturday afternoon.
And I'll definitely be out there. I just I'm waiting on some news, obviously.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'll be out there for all that.
Sweet.
Very cool. Well, I mean, should we wrap this video up?
I do got to kind of get going. I apologize to our awesome audience, but we got to go see how the bird's doing.
Gotta go make sure you're not knocking on death's door.
Dead by Christmas, isn't that your line?
If that comes true, I will feel so bad. All right, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good one.
Later.